Hey, bro, don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
We heard a whole lot of lip service, but hey, anybody can do that. But between them lines,
come with the kid, you best not miss. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make like, who you with? You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked in Zone 32.
Oh shit, we are looking live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. Most of us are here, except for one ginger who doesn't have a soul because he's a ginger. But anyway, everybody else is here.
He's watching his cooking, you know.
That's cool. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is Brandon. His name is Trippy, man of the people. Now say what's up to him.
No.
Fuck you, Jake.
Fuck you too, Drew. And it's all right because Michael Thomas is not a Raven. Russell Gage is a Raven. Will called it a while back. They reached an agreement with him to come in for $1.1 million against the cap. They also brought in Anthony Miller, and honestly, forgot he was in the league, but he's been out of the league since 2021, 2022. I saw a little thumbnail for Bobby Trossett's YouTube thing with a Chiefs receiver wearing number 42, and I was sort of like, who the fuck is that guy? Last
Big
42 I remember from the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Same with Paul Warfield and Ronnie Lott and everything. But the last Chief I remember wearing 42 was fucking Anthony Sherman. But that doesn't matter. Will, you called us some months back. You have the floor. Gloat.
Hold on. We're saying Will called this? That's how
Will did call this. He did. He's been on the Russell Gage train while you were on the fucking Michael Thomas train.
Here's Drew with the pivot. Will didn't call
it. Will's.
Will Googled free agent wide receivers and was just naming names of people that were free agents that he'd rather have than Michael Thomas.
He said AJ Brown. I mean, not AJ Brown. He said Julio Jones too. But I remember.
Blind squirrel finds some, broken clocks right twice a day. You get like 55% of the credit. You can't get 100%. You ain't say the Ravens was going to sign him. I'll give him 75. I'm in a generous. Oh, that's good. Go ahead, Will.
Go ahead, Will. You got the floor. I ain't interrupted.
Now that Trippy and I have
Drew promised everyone that the veteran we would sign was Michael Thomas. No one has spoken about Michael Thomas. Not the Ravens, not any other team, because Michael Thomas hasn't been good.
So he's still a free agent?
He's a free agent who has absolutely no interest.
Available to be signed.
And he won't be.
But he's a free agent.
You haven't heard his name whispered. You haven't heard his name whispered, let alone fucking
I've said his
invited
name,
in for a visit.
At normal inside voice volume. So
no team has expressed any interest in him because he sucks. He hasn't been good since 2019. He offers nothing to any team. He was cut. He's a locker room cancer. He verbally abuses reporters. He shames people for being poor. He's worthless.
You don't verbally abuse reporters?
No, I would never do that.
You've never abused who may or may not be employed at a certain radio station and has ties to the Orioles and Ravens. You've never abused a reporter before?
Nope.
No. We sure about that. Jason Lockenfor is not abused by you.
He just retweeted my picture like 2 weeks ago.
I've read several tweets of you having negative things to say about him. So I would, and there is a pending to by a former reporter. So
he was trying. Hey, Drew. He was trying to get a selfie with him at Pittman.
Well, you have to. If you're Will in that situation, you have to get a picture with Jason Lockenfor in that situation. It's not even like you have to do. That'd be like if I saw him, I'd be like, hey, come take a picture with me. And I'd probably Photoshop like a dick in his mouth or something, but. Yeah, I can't hate on Will. The verbally abusive to reporters. That's us. That's all of us.
No one wants Michael Thomas on their team. Russell Gage had an injury during training camp last year, knocked him out for the season. He tore his patella. He's fully healed. He's signed to our team on a deal that guarantees his salary. So he's going to be on the team. He's going to make the 53.
Let's be real here. There's only one wide receiver I currently care about. That team's at CeeDee Lamb. So Like I was going to come on here and fight with Will about Russell Gage, his meaning to the team, and hype up Anthony Miller and be like he's our secret weapon because he knows the Chiefs playbook and he's going to teach the defense all their things. And then I saw the CeeDee Lamb shit on Twitter today, and I no longer care about Russell Gage or Anthony Miller.
You know who's really pissed off about the CeeDee Lamb situation?
Probably that guy Grant, who used to come on our podcast a lot, and that Jerry Jones is a top 5 GM. And then Jerry Jones went on camera today and said that he's not in any kind of hurry to sign CeeDee Lamb. I feel like
Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers are very pissed off about the thing.
Well, I mean, the 49ers are kind of, if everything I'm reading is correct, like why would Steelers give up Freiermuth or picks to get Ayuk? Like that just doesn't contextually make sense. Like they're looking to add to their offense, not subtract. I guess Pickens, it's like Freiermuth would be like a no-go for me if I was the Steelers.
I think the Steelers signed another tight end though, didn't they?
Yeah,
a pretty decent one, and they drafted one too. I thought.
Yeah, I think they drafted that Washington kid from Georgia, Darnell Washington.
Yeah, they got him last year.
Yeah, they have him. They have him, and then I think they signed another tight end.
But you use a high draft pick on Freiermuth. He's healthy, a solid tight end. Like, and he does what they want him to do in terms of being a run blocker. So I just don't get why would this him up? And we can say what we want about Pickens, but like the idea is that Pickens is not good enough to be a wide receiver 1. Why would you take him off the team? Like your goal of bringing in Ayuk is demote Pickens to that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 role, so that you get the most out of him. So you're then, you're like, stealing from one hand to, fill the other one. First round pick, fine.
Okay, I remember what it is. No, they drafted him last year. Connor Hayward. It's
it's nepotism.
Nepotism. That's why he was in my brain. Okay, yeah.
That's fair.
But I mean, I understand why the 49ers want Pickens in return because they drafted a first round wide receiver, and then if they were to get Pickens back with Pearsall, Debo, and Pickens, that's a really good wide receiver group.
No, I guess
they have another guy too.
Why are the 49ers asking that, I guess, and like thinking that they're going to get that back is what's confusing. Like, why would the Steelers do that?
They have leverage, like if Ayuk sits out, he just forfeits the year, and they retain his rights. He has no real leverage here, other than
he should have a discussion with Rashad Bateman about
he's not he's not on the field, but like they drafted a first round receiver, so I mean I think they're prepared to move forward one way or the other. But they're not going to take a deal that they don't want, and if they're looking to get a receiver back, what I think really the goal is here is to have a stare down with the Steelers where they actually send Pickens in the deal, or another team comes in over the top and offers them, a receiver that is in the same neighborhood as Pickens.
If people are to be believed, CJ Golson had it first. I'm not sure if he had it, accurately, but they had a deal in place with the Patriots as well.
Right.
And Ayuk said fuck off to that. They didn't want to.
And the Patriots were going to pay him like $33 million a year, something crazy like that.
It was 31, it's 4 and 124.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know that Brandon Ayuk is really good. I don't know that he is $31 million a year good.
So you have to think of it this way. You look at it as they're very good. And, the one argument one way is that he was fighting with Debo, Christian McCaffrey, and Kittle for targets. But then the other side of that coin is that he had Christian McCaffrey, Debo, and Kittle on the field with him at the same time. That was potentially, he's not the most important person to cover. So, like, I would look at him as kind of an unknown wide receiver 1 at this point. I'm not paying $31 million a year to an unestablished wide receiver 1. Puts up wide receiver 1 number. Does he do that if he's like a true wide receiver 1? I have no idea. That's a tough ask.
Right.
So.
He's wanting to get paid like one of the best receivers in football. One of the best, alpha receivers in football, and he has not really demonstrated that he is one of them.
Well, so, he has demonstrated he puts up wide receiver 1 numbers, but it's in an offense that's kind of it's good for him to do that.
I don't even know that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if
he's put up. I think I want to say that he's put up 1,100 yards the last 2 years. Minimal targets. So if you look at his production per target and efficiency and all that other nerd shit about like how often he's open and yards per route and all that other, like he charts at the top of the league in a lot of wide receiver categories.
Okay, so last year you could make that. Last year he had 75 catches, 1,342 yards and 7 touchdowns. So he's averaging 83.9 yards per game. That's wide receiver 1 numbers. Every year before that, 59.7 yards per game, 48.6 yards per game, 62.3 yards per game.
Yeah, but you got to look at it on a per targets with him. I guess is my point is that if
last year was where that jump came in. He was at 17.
You're talking about yards per game in earlier years. If when he's getting 50 yards on 3 targets, it's not bad. I guess is my point.
No, he had more targets in 2022-23 than he did in 2023-24. Here's his target share. Rookie year, 96 targets. Second year, 84 targets. Third year, 114 targets. Fourth year, 105 targets. He's gotten plenty of targets every year.
This is why I don't trust PFF, because it was one of those dorks that posted one of those charts that had me sold on this idea.
He's really good. He's really good. It's just like you don't get 31, 32, 33 million dollars a year.
You don't pay $31 million. You pay $31 million to Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill
CeeDee Lamb
or Devontae Adams, somebody like that.
Right, exactly. So like he's really good, and he deserves to make that high second tier wide receiver, annual.
I'd be willing to give him a contract that goes up to $1 million a year, given certain performance metrics.
Right.
Of it.
Yeah,
that would be how that would be what I would do.
Yeah, it's just his
performance incentives.
Yeah, but he's not going to take that. He has every right to make these demands, I guess. But I just I can see why San Francisco's digging.
But when your quarterback is also Dak Prescott.
I'm not sure but Brandon Ayuk plays for the 49ers in his.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh wait, never mind. I was still thinking about the CeeDee Lamb topic.
He's thinking about big cock Brock.
I know is that CeeDee Lamb saw that Brandon Ayuk was offered $30-something million a year by the Patriots, and now CeeDee Lamb's like, all right, well then I need $35 million a year.
And he's probably worth whatever he's going to ask for within reason at this point.
Well, and so I don't think anybody's worth as much as Justin Jefferson, but he set the market, and CeeDee Lamb is as close as you're going to get to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, there is not another Justin, but you have to, like you said, Justin Jefferson's already paid, so now you're on to the next contract, and it's about breaking Justin Jefferson.
And maybe the annual value he gets Justin Jefferson money, but you give him less, guarantees. I guess, but. Brandon Ayuk is not in that conversation.
Oh no, Brandon Ayuk is definitely not.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good at football, but he's not one of the top dudes. No, I think in today's receiver market, he's probably worth 20 to 30, and that's because the receiver market's become so overly inflated. That's why he's going to see that money.
I would say 20 to 26.
No, more than that.
No, the Niners offered him that. He said, "Fuck no." Even then, 2 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
I'm talking pretty consistent. I'm talking about before incentive.
Yeah,
okay.
From a base contract of $25 million, 4 years, $100 million that can go up to $120 million, something like that.
Yeah.
That it's got the potential to give him that $30 million a year, but you're not guaranteeing that up front. So
you have to hit certain metrics and yardage and catches, touchdowns, so on and so forth.
The move I would want the Ravens to take is to go get CeeDee Lamb. I now wonder, CeeDee Lamb on the market, does that make Ayuk more attainable? So maybe that's the Ravens once you kind of swoop in on the Ayuk market and scoop him for less than what CeeDee Lamb goes for.
It's a possibility.
I don't know if that's possible, but yeah, that's the Ravens. Unless there's, Will, do you have any random wide receivers you'd like to name now that we can, since EDC clearly listens to you for some reason?
I got my guy.
Okay, what's that?
I got my guy. We already got him.
No, you got we need more wide receivers. I don't know if you pay attention to Twitter on training camp Twitter, but we have no wide receivers and no offensive line, so we need to go sign everybody. So
that's right.
You gotta keep
that's right.
We're gonna go 0-17, worst team ever assembled.
People who are saying that we don't have an offensive line are dumb.
Yeah,
we're gonna be good at offensive line. Just wide receiver. We're a little thin. I feel like.
We have a lot of wide receivers. We have Zay, who's becoming a wide receiver 1. I don't know if it's fair in year 2 to expect him to take that huge leap forward and be a legitimate top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. He's got the skill set to do it. I just don't know if that's something that's going to come around this year, or maybe that's it.
Bro. Keep saying Kirkwood. I like Keith Kirkwood from the Saints, bro. I feel like he's tough, bro.
Yeah, but he's another guy that's wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. Bateman is not
So
a
what is
wide
Bateman?
receiver
What is
too.
Bateman? So
Wide
what is
receiver
Bateman?
stud. Fashion.
So,
So
So he a
Balenciaga.
he a wide receiver three?
listen, Demarcus Robinson came in 2022 basically in the same kind of way that Russell Gage just came in this time of year, right? And Demarcus Robinson put up 48 catches, 458 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, those are basically that's basically his best season he's had. He had one season in Kansas City where he had 45 catches, so less catches, 8 more yards and 1 more touchdown. So I think it's a wash, right? So Russell Gage coming in, if he can, I don't think he's going to put up his best year. Like he had a really good year a couple years ago, but I do think he's capable of putting up 55, 60 catches, 650 yards, and 4 or 5 touchdowns in this offense.
Yeah, and I mean that's what Nelson Aguilar is capable of in this offense. That's what maybe Rashad Bateman's capable of in this offense, but those are not wide receiver numbers. Yeah,
well,
I think
that's the thing.
likely puts him.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I think we're not looking. I'm not saying I wouldn't want, a guy way higher up on the pecking order, but we're attacking the wide receiver, or I don't even want to call it wide receiver, receivers, because our tight ends
Receiver
are
by
kind of
committee.
hybrid. Yeah, so it's like a platoon, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially because of the way that we have had guys get hurt. So like. Not relying to have like last year we paid Odell $15 million and he missed a couple games, and we used him in almost like a reserve role. He missed 2 games though. He missed 2 games and he only played 48%.
The last game when the starters
he only played 48% of the snaps. That's what I'm saying.
So I hate the wide receiver 2 by approach because I feel like it's like closer by committee. Well, Visionless Dave is going to hate where we go with this, but like if you have 3 wide receivers, they don't equal wide receiver 2.
Wide receiver 2 is Mark Andrews.
Yeah, but see, then this is that positionless football. Like we need a guy you can trust that you can line up opposite of Zay Flowers, and rather than spending the first 3 quarters of a game figuring out who the hot hand is of your harem of wide receiver 3s, I would just like an established.
I don't know okay, I don't know that that's the approach though. I think it's more they have a bunch of guys and one of them is going to emerge as the leader of that pack and kind of establish himself. But the fact that we have a bunch of guys who are capable of putting up that 60 catches, 600 plus yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns means that if the guy gets hurt, we're not fucked. We do have some, we can kind of pivot, but I think one of those guys is going to ascend into that role and they're going to put a stranglehold on it. I don't think it's Bateman, but maybe
don't get me wrong. I'm not one of retards who's like, oh my God, our wide receivers are fucked. He's a moron. Like it's just not and who's to say that I'm right here? At the end of the day, I'd feel more comfortable with CeeDee Lamb and Zay Flowers lining up opposite of each other than Zay Flowers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's my point is that like there is a window here that you can maybe go grab CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Ayuk. And, we keep talking about how it's not realistic and it's not Madden, but like it's on the table. So I would love to go. And maybe that's just me, like pipe dream and it's not going to happen. But that would shut a lot of people up and, make us comfortable going into the year.
Well, and the fact that we haven't heard the Ravens mentioned at any point through this whole process, I don't think that we're involved at all in any of that like high end wide receiver market. But maybe we come in at the last minute. I don't know. But I think all that's happening is the price is going up, not down.
You think EDC hasn't called both those teams?
No, I think he has. But I'm saying we're not involved. Like he called and he's like, "Fuck that." A big criticism of EDC from our fan base has been that he's always interested and never closes the deal. What if he's taking a new approach of gauging the market, sitting back and waiting for an opportunity to jump on it? But like I said, I think that the price is going up, not down. It's not waiting it out is not going to make any of these guys less expensive.
I think one of them getting moves the other one.
Yeah, but the reason that they're not getting moved is them more so than anything, because it's CeeDee Lamb is in a holding pattern because Jerry won't pay him. If Jerry Jones won't pay him, they have the money to pay him.
No, they don't.
Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
Dak Prescott's cap hit here is like $60 million. They have to pay him to have like any kind of freedom with their cap this. And then once you pay Dak, he's going to be getting, $55 million a year. You got to pay Micah Parsons at some point. Like they're getting to that point of, Mr. Top 5 GM has put them in quite the predicament by not locking guys up early. So, I mean, they have Jerry Jones has the money to go over the cap and make this kind of stuff work. Like I get that, but I don't know if he's smart enough because he's 90-year-old racist man to make the cap work personally. And again, like you went over with the 49ers, they just used a first-round pick on a wide receiver. They have Deebo Samuel. They have George Kittle. They have Christian McCaffrey. Like, they could make Ayuk work under the cap. Why would they? Like, why not just, kind of move on from him? So I feel like you have two guys who are, I don't want to say easily available, but as available as a wide receiver one is ever going to be on the market. And I would love for the Ravens to pull the trigger on that.
I mean, I don't even think about it. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
they got like I think it's $9 million cap space.
You miss 100% of the shots you do, so I would love to take a shot at one of those two.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, of course, CeeDee Lamb is my ultimate get, but
Lamar famously asked for one of two wide receivers out of the draft. Maybe this is EDC's chance to get the right one because Marquise Brown wasn't the right one.
Yeah, he also asked for either him or Jerry.
And CeeDee.
Yeah.
I don't count.
Did he ask for CeeDee? I didn't see that.
Yeah. I don't count Jerry Jeudy because his Big Bird tweets are problematic and he plays for the Browns. So.
That's too bad for you, man. Hey, Florida boy, man, that's what he asked for.
See, we got our first comment for Will.
Oh, okay, hold on.
This is Will's best friend.
This fucking guy. So right now, the Cowboys have effectively their top 51.
Homie, why you got a fucking Skeksis mask? That's a fucking Skeksis from what's that movie? Fucking damn it!
Nobody.
I know
it's in the fucking 80s.
All right,
fucking Skeksis. Fucking.
You're off the rails. Listen, they have
Jim Henson movie.
They have not. They
the
have
Dark
9,
Crystal. That's what it was.
They have $9-ish million in cap space right now, but currently 17.9 of their used cap space is going to CeeDee Lamb. And if they did a new deal with him, his $17.99 million cap hit would go down because they would structure it in a way that the front end of it was nothing. So I'm saying
what I was
they
saying
have plenty of money for CeeDee Lamb if they
him.
want.
You can't structure him that way because then when the bill comes due on Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, you're going to be.
Micah Parsons is not re-signing in Dallas.
Oh, absolutely not.
Why you don't think that the locker room supports his, behavior in Dallas?
I don't want to talk about anything involving locker rooms and Micah Parsons.
Well, I mean, it's just a question you got to ask. Like, are they? Not
I mean, he did go to. You know what? I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah, he went to Penn State and he was sexually assaulting teammates in the locker room. That's
where he's gonna go next year? I think
fact.
Micah Parsons next year he gets paid next year, right?
I think so.
I mean, he seems like something.
No,
that they're
you know where he's gonna
into in
go?
Pittsburgh.
He's gonna go to Philly. Howie Roseman's gonna go get him. He's gonna go rejoin Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that.
Philly people are nuts.
He's going to the Commanders.
That could be it too, because he is from the area.
He's going to team up with.
What's the Dan Quinn connection?
Yep, I mean, I could see that too. I feel like if you're Jerry Jones, you're a moron to let Mike Parsons go, though.
He is a moron, though. Not having already re-signed CeeDee Lamb is an example of how stupid he is.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't fuck that up twice. You know what I mean? Like if he loses CeeDee Lamb, he's going to have to double down. And this is like when the Red Sox lost Sander Bogaerts, so then they, had to sign Rafael Devers, and Devers knew that he had him over a barrel. It's the same, logic is that Jerry knows he'll lose his lunatic fan base if he doesn't keep Mike Parsons at that point.
Jerry's also the leader of a cult.
Yeah, I mean,
which one?
Cowboys fans.
The Cowboys.
I thought you were going to say, isn't he an Oklahoma State guy?
That too, but
I thought he was an Arkansas Razorback.
Oh,
he and fucking Jerry. I thought he and Jimmy Johnson played together.
I'm not too sure.
I think he's an Oklahoma State guy.
But I do know that he's unhappy with a portion of the student body being allowed to be there while he was at college. So
it was that time.
Hold on.
Arkansas. No, he was an Arkansas Razorback.
Yeah, who I'm confusing him with? I'm confusing him with T. Boone Pickens, who he hates him. I think they're like sworn enemies.
Yeah, because he was pro desegregating schools, and Jerry Jones was
I highly doubt that.
Look, I mean, if you look at who has problems, it seems like they all have they wanted schools desegregated, and Jerry Jones didn't. So he was there at the protest. Documents are publicly available. Sound like Alex.
No, I'm aware of that.
I sound like Alex Jones saying, "Will, I am proud of you." The logo correct.
Yeah,
Start of the stream.
I'll show that on the screen.
Brandon,
you got a
weren't-
Skeksis mask on. That's a fucking Dark Crystal.
Brandon, you weren't here, but there was a
Fucking
solid
Jim Henson,
there was a solid-
R.I.P.
A solid 4-week span where Cold Crush just lived rent free in Will's head, and anytime Will saw the 2 ice emojis in Cold Crush, he'd lose his shit.
Will,
No.
shit.
What I was losing it was Trippy's. I said, "What's his at?" And Trippy's claiming his fucking display name was his at.
Look, I mean, it's
That's
not
his
Trippy's
name.
fault. It's not.
That's
Trippy's
not his
fault.
name.
It clearly says in his Cold Crush right there on the screen.
Right, and his fucking at has nothing to do with that.
That's fine, but I mean, it was living rent free in your brain was more the greater point going on here.
Or you said about 4 weeks?
Yeah,
No, it was much
Cold-
longer ago than that. It was
Cold-
like 3 months ago.
Cold Crush and Tom P live rent free in Will's head. They're 2 people that just for whatever reason just permanent real estate in there.
Well, so here's my prediction for Russell Gage. Is that he's the real story. Russell Gage will have 57 catches, 695 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's my official prediction.
Are you
What big-
confident he makes it through training camp?
Who would Bateman gonna have 1,000 yards?
Bateman's going to do what he always does. He's going to have about 35 catches, 400 yards, and maybe 1 touchdown, maybe not.
9 trips to the Balenciaga store, 14 cringeworthy Instagram posts, whole 9 yards out of Bateman this year.
Yeah, Bateman is going to
3
just
Twitter
prove everything we already know about him.
3 Twitter deactivations, 1 public meltdown over not getting enough targets, 5 times blaming, being hurt, and that's why he couldn't, build chemistry with Lamar.
How many Drake memes is he gonna post?
Too damn many.
I don't
Too
know.
many.
Drake, you can't really post Drake memes anymore, otherwise people call you a pedophile. I think even Bateman's smart enough to not go down that route.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Wah, wah.
Yep.
West
West Coast hip hop, homie. West Coast hip hop.
If you guys didn't know, Jake's from California. He's going to have some weird tie to Kendrick Lamar here, where his cousin's brother, best friend,
that's okay. That's Bompton, homie. That's Bompton. I don't go down that way.
Yeah, but
that's Bompton.
You once saw somebody down there, and he ended up being related to somebody you did electrical work for. You usually have you play 6 degrees of separation with somebody from California every time we bring them up. So
nah, Bompton's too far. That's like 6 hours from my.
Oh shit, we got another.
Now listen, Kendrick got both gangs united under one roof.
Yeah, but he's from Bompton.
Compton.
Bompton.
The funniest part of Drake Drake, Jesus. The funniest
Hey,
part
hey,
of
Cold
Jake.
Crush, I don't think you want to talk about the Orioles right now, because Will crash out.
Will's a big D. He's one of his favorite players.
How many strikeouts he had today?
6.
How many home runs did he give up today?
I think he only gave up 1 home run, but he gave up 5 runs in 4 innings.
Look, people who know things about baseball or claim to know things about baseball said that he was the Orioles MVP in Cy Young. So I don't know.
Yep.
Just
that happened.
Also, going back to the actual Russell topic, Brian McFarland, the Ravens salary cap guy, said that his contract is a veteran salary benefit deal.
Right.
Which
means it's fully guaranteed.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fully guaranteed, but we get $200,000 from the cap.
Right. So it's
about
$1.3 million in value, and it counts 1.1 against the cap.
Yeah.
But we're not going to just give away 1.3 million on a 1-year deal. We're not doing that. So
no, fine. He's here, wide receiver 4, 5, 6, whatever the fuck he ends up being.
He's wide receiver. He's wide receiver 2 through 6. One of them.
Yeah, he's here. So wherever he ends up, he ends up. Same thing. I think Demarcus Robinson got, or was it Demarcus Robinson? Or was it Nelson Aguilar who signed the same contract? I don't remember which one of them did.
Nelson Aguilar, and then he got a new deal that pays a little bit more because he earned it. I'm
saying that we brought those guys in the expectation that they were going to make the roster. We guaranteed that to them. So we did the same thing for Russell Gage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, exactly.
And
that did work out. And that did work out with Nelson Aguilar. That did work out. So
Will clearly got his DC and made it happen. So hats off to you, Will. Congratulations, you signed wide receiver 4.
Thank you,
asshole. Fucking pulled a name out of a hat trying to argue Michael Thomas and it ended up working out.
Yeah, it's just one of them things, man. No one wants to sign Sideshow Bob. He's a crazy person. But anywho,
because he's not good.
And because he's a crazy person, he hasn't been successful since Drew Brees retired. But
So do we even care about the preseason game tomorrow?
Michael Thomas hasn't been
that's
good.
the
since,
question.
Michael Thomas hasn't been good since COVID came around. So
That is a good question, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it just doesn't move me. I'm just ready for the regular season at this point.
I will have it on my TV.
Right.
We are not going to show anything. There's not one meaningful starter who's going to play. I mean, it'll be interesting to watch the offensive line, the kind of rotation we see. I doubt we see Ronnie Stanley on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
agreed.
who do we see playing guard? How much people play? Is it you're given the full game at right guard to Falele to see if he's really got it or not? Are you gonna put Sala in there at all? Gonna play at all?
The bigger thing to me is like, are any of those guys who are competing for a starting job, who those guys will be on the field, those offensive linemen. If we see them getting beat by scrubs who probably aren't even going to make the Eagles, then that's a problem.
Yeah, what's going to be the difference in practice rotation, preseason week 2 snaps from, what you see tomorrow night is really the only thing that somewhat matters to me.
Yeah, well, and the other thing about the game tomorrow is we're playing a team we're going to play during this. So like it's going to be the most bare bones offensive play calling, defensive play calling. So like there is no insight you can get about Monken, about Zach Orr, any of it. It's really just looking at
but Will,
some of
the
those
Chiefs,
unresolved.
Chiefs are playing their starters. So
Yeah. Well, that's what we were told, but the person who told us that was recently attacked by a bear. So I don't know if I trust he says.
I saw the exact same thing that he said, so I assume that he just, told us the tweet that he saw. But
oh, okay.
Also,
well,
he's got.
I'm glad.
He's
got
ties. He's got ties to this. So
I'm glad that the bear attack did not, hinder his ability to read tweets and share them.
Yeah, he's still very good at reading Mike Florio. Big Mike Florio guy. So yeah.
It is a shame that he was caught off guard by that bear.
We invited him on the podcast to discuss the bear attack. He was not interested. He said that he's still afraid the bear's still working out there, so he's got to protect himself and
it's pretty sad.
Head on swivel at all times.
Yeah.
Bears are a real problem in California. Just PSA.
Yeah.
You see.
I mean, Jake, can you confirm?
Well, I would imagine so. If you're up in Yosemite, I'll go there. I don't like bears like that.
Up in the hills, man. You don't know what's going to happen up in those hills.
Up in those commie hills.
Right? Fucking crystal meth heads and shit up there, man. Meth mountain and shit.
Yeah, crystal meth and bears. You got to watch out for both.
So,
Fuck cocaine. The sequel to Cocaine Bear, Crystal Meth Bear.
Just
getting real now.
Me and Drew, we want to send out best wishes. Get well soon to Visionless Dave after recovering from his recent bear attack.
Yeah, it's tough to see, but at least he'll get to watch the Wallies will get to watch Chief starters. So
yeah.
It's not all bad.
Maybe Patrick Mahomes will throw a touchdown pass behind his back.
Yeah, maybe Rashee Rice won't commit some horrific act of violence with his car because he'll be busy playing in a game.
Which is really weird. Jordan Addison is suspended for 3 games
because he got charged. They're still like, this is the stupid part of the NFL's whatever they call it, like player conduct policy, is that Rashee Rice is not actually facing charges at the moment. They're still pending, so he's a free man. But Jordan Addison is being charged with a DUI, so he's going to get
energy drink salesman insisted that you don't have to be charged with a crime in order to face.
Yeah, I mean, energy drink salesman insisted that Jay Flowers beat up his girlfriend too, and how did that go? So insisted that he didn't get it off a cop from Discord, and he got it from his little towny clusterfuck at a certain.
A lot of Ravens fans insisted that. Oh, he didn't get charged, but there's still going to be something coming from the league.
This is Ravens Twitter 101. Is some loudmouth retard makes a point, and then one person agrees with him, and then everybody just piles on and acts as if it's fact.
Yeah.
I mean, I said I was like, you can't think to him if there's no police action, because all he's got to do is appeal the suspension, and they could be like, yeah, you're right. There's no evidence.
Well, all he would have to do is, if they're doing an investigation, really the only person they can talk to is him. And if he says nothing happened,
this reminded me. Zay Flowers just signed some ad deal with M&T. I don't know the specifics. I don't remember the specifics. And it started this whole why isn't sponsorship deals. Have people figured out that Lamar is the one not taking those sponsorship deals? Like that it's a personal choice by him? That everybody wants Lamar to be the victim for some weird reason. We have this weird complex as Ravens fans where like everybody hates Lamar and the world against Lamar, and it's just like never reality. We see so many people like, why won't Lamar to pimp their product? It's because Lamar doesn't want to. Like, are we all in the same?
Yeah, and Lamar does have sponsorship deals. He's a Bose. He's with Bose.
Yeah, and he do his
s-
own right, and he do his own shit for real.
That was
He
my
got his
point.
own
Trippy,
shit.
is that Lamar is the kind of guy who you can offer him $100 he can make on his own, or a company can make $1,000 off his at a 10% cut, and he's always going to be the guy who makes it on his own. That just seems to be how he's operated. Day one is that he is not interested in making somebody else money when he can be making himself money. He doesn't follow conventional paths making money like other quarterbacks do. He didn't go get an agent. He waited to sign his contract.
Oakley.
Yeah,
Oakley.
that's what it was.
But I mean, again, the majority of his, he owns his own business enterprises. He's not interested in a shoe deal, for example. I
Right.
was told that several shoe companies had approached him, and he was looking for like to create like a Jordan offshoot type deal for himself.
So
if he was gonna sign somewhere.
I'll give you an example of someone, Dave Portnoy from Barstool. He back in the day, he used to take ad revenue from wherever it would come, and now all he does is take equity, and that's what Lamar wants to do. And him signing the contract he signs gives him the ability to be picky like that. So if a company wants to give him equity in order to promote their product, he doesn't want to have these like short-term sponsorship opportunities where he makes $500,000 to
He is
do a
looking
commercial or something.
for generational wealth
Right.
that is coming to him until the day that he dies and is passing it along to somebody. He is not looking for a quick paycheck.
Right. Well, and that's smart. So someone with a profile as large as his, it doesn't like. What does it matter to him? What does it matter to him to do a commercial and get paid? Six figures, seven figures, whatever.
Internet swears he's some terrible businessman, but I look at the things that he does and I'm like, that makes far more sense.
Yeah.
So it was irritating me. It was one of those things that I saw like 14 people, parrot on the fucking timeline. I'm like, all right, you guys got to stop. Like, let's not have fucking stupid opinions anymore. Let's wait for football season to start spewing dumb shit online.
Right. So who do you think we will see and won't see tomorrow? We're not going to see Zay Flowers. We're not going to see Mark Andrews. We're not going to see Isaiah Likely. We're certainly not going to see Lamar, Derrick Henry. We're not going to see Ronnie Stanley. Yeah, we should see Charlie Kohler, I think.
Yep.
I really hope we see Kohler.
Offensively, it'll be Charlie Kohler and Owen Wright, the two names that people will be talking about. And maybe like I remember Sean Ryan last year had a couple big season games. Maybe you see Kadir Ishmael.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They did. They did.
Scotty Watson.
They reclassified Kadir Ishmael as a tight end. So he's according to that group now.
I'm looking at the PR depth chart right now, and Will is right again.
We'll just mimic somebody else's report. Let's relax on.
No, I saw the tweet like last week. Last week they made that change.
So, most of our starters won't be in. We'll probably definitely see Patrick Ricard in there.
You would think. I don't think you can keep that guy off the field if there's a football game.
I feel like it's his contract. He has to be allowed to play at least 5 snaps like that.
Yeah. On defense, we're not going to see Marlon Humphrey. We're not going to see Nate Wiggins. We're not going to see Kyle Hamilton. We're not going to see Marcus Williams. We're not going to see Roquan Smith, which they probably do have to like.
Nate Wiggins might play.
I don't think Wiggins might see a little more time than Beast.
Yeah, I bet you Wiggins,
you might see a couple snaps early.
Like I was going to say,
maybe
2 or 3 series out of him.
Yeah, I think they have to like hide Roquan Smith's helmet.
Yeah, because I think you're going to see a lot of Trentons.
Yep, absolutely.
A lot.
Let him. I think you'll see a lot of Darius.
Tavius Robinson.
Do you think we'll see Kyle Van Noy at all?
No.
Kyle Van Noy's going to be kicking it with a hat on the sideline.
Yeah. He won't. You won't see him in pads.
Red Sox are on, so they'll be watching that.
Linderbaum has been banged up, hasn't he?
Yeah,
But
he's
you're
not
going to see that.
out.
You're going to see that Nick Saban for the whole game.
That's fine.
That's
I'm happy with
yeah.
that. I want him ready to jump in if we need him.
You may see out of starters on the offensive line. You'll probably see Rosengarten, and you'll see whoever
Voorhees
ends
for a
up
bit.
right. You'll see
Voorhees.
whoever ends up starting at your left or right guard. I don't know if that's been established yet, but you'll see whoever the eventual winner is there. So
Yeah, I think you'll see some Voorhees just to get his feet wet because he hasn't played football in over a year.
Right.
That's why I figured.
Since he tore all those muscles in his leg.
yeah, I mean you're almost coming up on this point that he hasn't played football. So I thought I'd be more excited for football starting. It doesn't move the needle for me because like this is irrelevant. Like we have real shit to take care of as a team. Like
it's preseason, but it's that little line of coke that you hit before you actually get the big shit.
Yeah, I have Chiefs opening at circle as like all right, just lock in. It's time to go. Let's ruin the ring ceremony.
And like I think part of the reason for that is like I think this time last year we would have been really ready for whatever we get.
We wanted to see Monken last year.
Well, and
Odell.
We were in the AFC Championship game last year, and I don't think there's a whole lot of Ravens fans who have any expectation that there's going to be some drop off.
No, if anything, we're like if there is a drop off, we're all going to riot.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So like, I don't give a fuck about a playoff and like we didn't have a tumultuous off season of Lamar Jackson contract drama or J.K. Dobbins Zoom meetings or any of that bullshit. It's been very quiet and like the camp, like we haven't so far. Nothing really like monumental has happened. Like the most significant thing that's happened in camp is Arthur Mollett hurt his knee.
We've been bored.
Yeah, we're bored so I'm okay.
Yeah, and it's not bored like to the point where we're like we'll take anything we can get. I think everybody's kind of content to just kind of coast through August and get to the regular season.
We're bored because this entire offseason has been how do we fucking ruin the Chiefs? Like that's been what's on everybody's mind is that like we need to win the Super Bowl, so how do we fuck the chain and get to that point? It's no longer like who's going to play quarterback long term, who's going to do this and who's going to do that. Like it's we're very like results oriented.
We are very much so. How do we fuck the Chiefs up in the worst possible way?
Right, like we want blood now. We want revenge. We're tired of this, preseason shit. Like let's fucking put the pads on and kill some Chiefs.
Like I want Travis Kelce's head on a spike.
Yeah, you can't say that because it'll upset Will.
No, I'm perfectly happy with that. Get rid of him.
Will, your little queen will be upset with that. So I don't know
what do you? So you support ISIS? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying that you love Taylor Swift as a grown man. You are a huge Taylor Swift fan. People should know that. And
she should probably leave her boyfriend and write another album about her boyfriend.
So the Swifties are saying currently that they had broken up.
Isn't she in like fucking China or something though?
No. Do you don't understand that ISIS just had a plot to attack, like do a chemical weapons attack at her concert, and she had to
she canceled her concert in Vienna.
If we were in the trust tree, I'd ever say that, but we're not in the trust tree. This is live. I don't care. This is really my response to that. I could care less.
She had a concert scheduled in the hometown of a known evil terroristic historical figure.
Archduke Francis Ferdinand.
And ISIS, a modern day terror group, not threatened, but was plotting to murder thousands of people. So
it's already been done before. They've already attacked in Mike Popstar's concert. So I don't know why they tried to fucking. I
consider that an attack on America, personally.
Why?
But according to Mrs. BT, the Swifties think that Travis and her had broken up.
Interesting.
Unconfirmed, but that's just.
How's Will going to survive?
I mean, that's great news. I think that you would celebrate that.
I would celebrate her like retiring, going away, and never coming back. For being honest, her existence enough. I don't get it.
But it did draw in a lot of viewership for the NFL.
Shut up! Stop! I don't want to do
did.
That. It did not. Shut up! Stop!
It did.
Jake.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody was going to watch football regardless of that blonde, talentless twat on television or not. Shut the fuck up. We're not doing this. Stop.
We
Just
are
stop.
doing this.
We are
just-
doing
You're
this.
even more
stop.
numbers.
Just
No,
shut
I
your
won't.
mouth.
You
You're
shut
coming
your
off
mouth.
Stupid. You're coming off
No,
stupid.
fuck
Just
that.
stop.
One of us
Just
wearing
stop.
glasses inside, the other is not.
You're wearing a tuxedo to a job interview that requires you to clean bathrooms. Just stop.
Nope.
Just
nope.
shut your mouth.
Nope. You
Stop.
shut your mouth.
Just
Just
stop.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna let you guys know on Tuesday, April 23rd at 10:14 a.m. Actually, 10:15 a.m. Drew said to me, I said it yesterday. I am now a Swiftie.
Why was I a Swiftie? What happened? There has to be context. Can't leave me hanging like that. I feel like she pissed somebody off that
I think you were, or she did.
Oh, did she piss off Kim Kardashian?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Yeah, I hate Kim Kardashian people more, so that was clearly any enemy of my enemy is a friend. Main reason I'm happy Odell's going to Kim Kardashian. I wanted her nowhere near a sports team that I root for.
Oh, I had the same thoughts when that was
Yeah.
coming out.
I actually promised that he was gonna like kneecap Kim Kardashian if she came anywhere near M&T. So yeah, good try, Will. You almost had it, but no. That's
you
like
need
saying
to, you need to make it so you can be tagged in photos again
I can't
after
be.
you're no, because you went private. You have to go back in and activate it.
Because of my attempted hacking. I figured out what did that too. I'm a moron. It's fine.
You did it to yourself.
Sort of. I clicked a link that I clicked. Clearly fell victim to like some kind of IP phishing scam. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it was the 45 straight text messages of your Twitter confirmation code is. I'm like, something is going on here. I should lock my account. And so I changed my password and locked it.
So I've got some percentages here from the Swifties. The NFL viewership increased by 53% amongst the 18 to 24 demographic, with that demographic, there's been an increase in 24% and an increase in 20% increase in sponsorship.
And it wasn't just going to do that anyway, right? Game's not growing every year. There's not more money in football every year.
20%?
It's not like they did. They're allowing teams to get gambling sponsorships. That's Taylor Swift, though. Fucking falling victim to this blonde retard, silver spoon fuckwad, industry plant bitch.
But it's better than the Kardashians.
We're an anti-Taylor Swifties. Come fight us.
Not according to my Twitter account.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to clip things out of context, that's we're about the facts. Fake news journalism to push narratives that we want to be true. Asshole.
I mean, they're your words. You said it.
Yeah, I am pro Taylor Swift war against Kim Kardashian. That's fine. I'm more than willing to admit that. If they both died, I know.
Oh, she had a diss track in the most recent album to Kim Kardashian.
That's why we were talking about it. Yeah.
Thanks, Brendan. I think that's what started that whole conversation.
Yep. I forget what it was called.
Brendan, today's, I don't know if you're aware.
I did forget it was Thursday earlier.
It's August 8th.
Okay.
Nice.
Fuck you, Jake.
Fuck you too, Drew.
Of all the people on this podcast to push the Taylor Swift football, you're the most disappointing.
Yeah, it's fair. No, it didn't grow football, but it did increase viewership from casuals who will probably not watch football next year.
Like the only thing that would be Grant saying that, I think.
Oh, there you go. Well,
I'm not convinced Trippy knows who Taylor Swift is, so I don't think he would push some nonsense like that. I consider Trippy a man of honor who does not support Taylor Swift and her terrorism.
No, but I do support. I support the French implementing Gojira into the Olympic ceremony.
No,
that was fucking awesome.
I support the fuck out of that.
No, we're a big anti-French. We're big against podcast.
I support Gojira. I don't support the French, but I support.
What are you
including
saying?
a fucking dude?
Fuck.
I remember the
metal
fucking
band in the Olympics.
that metal band that played. That was Gojira. Gojira's heavy as fuck.
If you think I watched 1 second of the fucking Olympics ceremony, you are mistaken.
I only found out about it secondhand, and I watched the actual video of Gojira playing a live song. That's fucking tight. The fact that a metal band actually got featured on.
This sounds like Taylor Swift fans tuning into a football game so they can see her on screen for 3 seconds. Be better.
Pretty much.
Well, see, they had
That's what they do.
They had a whole ass thing of a Marie Antoinette replica with a cut off head.
Yep.
Yeah, French people are fucking weird. I think we've established it.
That's fine, but Gojira is a cool fucking band, and to get featured on NBC of all places, that's
Trippy's been on
that's
NBC
the shit.
before. I would see you throwing a fucking parade in his honor for that.
Trippy doesn't play fucking banging ass metal. What do you want from me?
How do you know that? How do you know what
Trippy-
Trippy does in his free time?
Trippy had it. You were on NBC.
Yeah,
I don't care if he's on NBC. He didn't play. He didn't play in the scene though. He didn't play hardcore and metal, which is fine.
How do you know?
NBC, CBS, NFL Network,
ESPN.
all that shit.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah.
Way better than Fruity
Ravens
French
Wild.
brand that Jake's talking about.
Who, Gojira? No,
Yeah.
Gojira's tight. Oh, they're going on tour this year with fucking Korn and Spirit Box.
Nobody asked. Literally nobody asked.
That's too bad. I'm giving you necessary information. You
Did
do
they
as
give-
you
did
feel.
Did they give us money to, announce this tour?
Nope, but I felt like saying
Then nobody asked. Trust me, I
Yeah.
promise you, there will be hundreds of people who watch this, and not a single one of them will attend that tour.
Now you see, here's the thing. I don't dispute that, but I don't care. I'm still
nobody
giving that
asked.
information.
That's fine.
Again,
Wait,
I'm
what?
still giving that information.
Jake's out here fucking, some club promoter to said, 14 people have bought tickets to this. Please mention it on your podcast. Asshole.
There's gonna be more on those tours because I think this is what the 30-year anniversary of Korn's self-titled album.
I don't know.
This is
I don't know.
it
And
is.
I don't care. I have no idea.
That's because Drew.
There's
That's
a lot
Drew.
of things. There's a lot of things that I know that most people don't know. With Korn album ages, I don't know. Nobody knows.
The self-titled one with Daddy, with My Favorite Song, with
Could only
Clown.
could only tell you the name of one Korn song, and that's because we've used that to replace a dated homophobic slur that we're not allowed to say anymore.
Yeah, it's still their best song. To this day.
I mean, I agree it's their best song because it's allowed me to call you a Korn song. You know the meaning of it, and I don't actually have to say the word.
That's
they
fine.
They provide no value. Nobody
That's because you're a man with lack.
Nobody cares.
Hey man, what's
Nobody
wrong
knows.
looking for?
Nobody knows. Nobody cares. I'm incredibly cultured, and don't go down.
You are definitely not cultured. You're Steve Buscemi in 30 Rock. How do you do, fellow kids? That is you.
Jake,
That is you.
I think you're older than me. I think we've established this.
By like 6 months.
Yeah, fucking geriatric fuck here talking shit.
That's fair, but nonetheless, you're still too old to be like, how do you do, fellow kids?
You're too old to be like, oh, Korn's a great band. I'm going to go mosh pit to listen to their music, asshole.
I'm too old to mosh. My hip will give out.
Yeah,
it's fine. But that being said,
Drew, right now you're sounding like Will is with his nerd thing with me and Jake.
Yep. Which is
I lose track of.
They were talking about anime.
Oh yeah, nerd. The fuck's wrong with you?
Fuck off, Abe Simpson.
It is what it is.
Oh,
fucking old man yells at cloud.
Japanese cartoons. Yeah, you guys are. That's not nerdy at all. Every kid who's ever tweeted with an anime avid is a school shooter.
Oh no, those people are straight up.
But that's who you.
I can't say that words. No, I don't.
That's who you associate yourself with by watching it. Ronnie Stanley's a main guy. That's all you do.
So Jamal Williams.
I couldn't care less.
Does Jamal Williams?
Yeah, he likes basic shit.
He
doesn't like cool shit. He watches fucking Naruto.
You're not.
Which is fucking whack.
You're not.
Which is funny because Cam Jordan called him out on that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking basic ass bullshit.
You're not helping the nerd out just by getting mad over what cartoons people watch.
I don't care. No, I really don't care.
You're 34, Jake. You can't be caring about cartoons anymore.
No, that's fuck you. That's all I can really say. Just fuck you.
Anime is for games. Just stop.
That's fine. NBA YoungBoy is fucking trash.
So far.
Same with you. Same with Future.
So far over the course of this episode, Jake has attributed the NFL's success to Taylor Swift, has announced a Korn tour, and is now defending anime. For people taking notes at home, just note those things, just for future reference.
On the contrary,
also
95% of that shit is bad. There are a select few which are I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking watch it. It's a man who watches a good story is all.
There's only one anime that's acceptable to watch, and it's South Park. Other than that, no other anime acceptable to watch.
Yeah, that's not even that shit. But South Park is hilarious. Like I told you, Drew, watch More Oral. More Oral's fucking hilarious.
Is that the clay people?
Yep, the clay people in Middle America. It's a fucked up show, but it's hilarious.
Isn't like there's like Satan involved, or like the dog is Satan or something? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this.
No, that's Mr. Pickles. I know what you're talking about. That show's
it's definitely a Jake show. I know.
It started off really death metal, especially with the intro with Mr. Pickle. Yeah, that was all right.
I can totally see why you are recommended to the public, not for general consumption.
Not really.
Fine.
Nah, Moral Orel was different. Moral Orel was cool. That was like mid 2000s shit. But anyway, I think it's about that time because that's gonna do it for this week's episode. We will be back to discuss
do we do score predictions for the preseason game? See if we're in decent form yet.
I don't give a fuck.
Uniforms?
They already announced purple and white.
Yeah,
it's purple and white.
and white.
Yeah,
But good.
That's fine.
Use
Cool.
the
Anyway,
we recorded this before they announced that they're going to wear purple and white.
Ravens 27, Eagles 19.
Ravens 53, Eagles 3. Split.
I don't fucking know.
Starts, continuing the winter, starting a new one.
Fake Birds 20, Ravens 10. I don't fucking know. It's preseason. I don't give a fuck.
Jake has no faith and wants Eric DaCosta dead and wants Harbaugh fired.
That's right. They didn't restock the room with wide receivers that I wanted. I'm picking in the team. What is he even doing?
Jake thinks we're going to come in last division now, too.
We literally can't even.
I'm going to go something weird like 26-11.
There you go.
With the Ravens winning.
I'm probably going to bet on the fucking game.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
The Ravens plus
XFL's done, so you need something else to get on.
Money line plus 100.
Actually, not the XFL, the UFL. That's what it was. The combined
zone 32 pick as given by Trippy. Ravens money line plus 100. Hammer it.
Right.
Put the mortgage on it. Let's do it.
Right.
1-800 gambler responsibly. Use code Purple Pants for 32% profit boost on your plus 700.
Pick tomorrow.
Right. Also, don't go to Burger King. Burger King's bad. But anywho,
don't order a burger from Buffalo Wild Wings. They're bad.
That's pretty good. I'm just telling you, man. It surprised me. It legitimately surprised me.
Hold on. We can stay live for a second here.
I was on one.
I put a live bet in on the Phillies game, and it's about to either hit or not hit.
Oh fuck!
Oh, we got to see a live reaction of Will.
Will is gambling on Philadelphia sports to get ready for gambling on Philadelphia sports tomorrow.
Right.
That's a smart call.
I mean,
so I took Phillies -2.5, Schwarber for 2 hits, Trey Turner for 2 hits. I have Schwarber. He got his second hit, and Trey Turner's up with a man on second base. Phillies are up 2, so I need a run and a hit. Top of the 8th.
Is Trey Turner better than Gunnar Henderson? People are asking.
No.
Okay.
He's really good. I like him.
Is Jackson Holiday really the messiah that the Baltimore Orioles fans think he is?
No, but that's fine. You already have him. He's already on the roster. Would the Orioles be in a better spot? Took Bobby Witt Jr. instead of
Motherfucker. All right, that's not going to hit.
Well, gamble responsibly. Don't bet on Philly sports. But anywho, that's going to do it for this week's installment. We'll be back to recap the preseason games, some other bullshit, and discuss this, that, and the other. Maybe Grant will come back. Maybe he won't. Maybe he never existed. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die. Oh!
It's the view of the ceiling now.
Zone 32.